Hello everyone, in this video we will discuss about the chapter 4 of Maritime Logistics second edition, which is the defining maritime logistics and its value. And here are the content that we are going to discuss in this presentation video. So let's start with the first one, the importance of logistics. Why logistics is important? According to Grants, logistics has become an important part of global businesses and management, and it is seen as the means to enhance firm performance and outcome. Logistics has also become an ever-demanding service due to globalization, increasing and changing in customer demands, the advancement in technology, and the industrial deregulations. So, what is logistics exactly? Uh, uh, Logistics is the many part of the supply chain management that involve planning, implementing, and controlling the flow of the forward flow and backward flow of goods from point of origin to the point of consumption and vice versa. The primary goal of logistics is to reduce costs and maximizing customer satisfaction. This can be performed by coordinating the information flows and the material flow efficiently and lead to the speedy service and affordable price for the customer and enhance our life overall. So next is the definition of maritime logistics and transportation. I will start with the maritime transportation. Maritime transportation is the activity of carrying and handling cargo across ocean and consequently connect widely dispersed transportation linkage between the consigners, the people that commit in delivering the goods, and the consignees, the people who are receiving the goods. If the logistics is not well integrated into the maritime transportation, various adverse may occur in the operation such as additional costs, delays in transportation times, and accidents that may occur along the ways. So next, and therefore, the maritime logistics come into play. The maritime logistics refer to the process of planning, implementing, and managing the flow of materials and information in the ocean carriage, and thus reduce the negative adverse I have mentioned before. The maritime logistics also try to integrate all the function of the maritime transportation into one integrated system. And next, I will discuss about the activities in the different activity that can exist in the maritime transportation and maritime logistics. So the activity of maritime transportation are shipping, sea voyage, loading and unloading of cargoes, and contracting, the process of outsourcing third-party company to perform other logistical matters such as inventory management and warehousing. And on top of this, the maritime logistics add on other activities to increase the overall value of the maritime transportation activities, such as packaging and repackaging, quality control, warehousing, assembly of goods, inland connection between the ship and the truck or the railroad, and uh, testing, distribution centers, storaging, stripping and stuffing of goods, repairing, and reuse of goods. And the third part is maritime activities. There are three main activities that make up one maritime logistics system. These activities are: first is shipping. Shipping refers to the process of moving cargo from one port to another port. In shipping, the logistic activity that mainly involves is documentation of the sea trade, the documentation that identify the information of the cargo, what type of cargo it is, what type of container is it, what type of cargo carrying in the containers, and also the information relating to the current location of a specific container, and also the document of the intermodal service of uh, different mode of transportation, which is ship, truck, rail, and aircraft. And the next activity is port and terminal operating. The port and terminal operating activity involve ship reception, loading and unloading, or we can call it stevedoring, which is the process of loading and offloading the cargo or container from and to the ship. And lastly is the connect to inland transportation, the transfer of cargo and container from ship to the different inland transportation modes such as truck or railway. The other logistic activity that exists in this uh, activity is the warehousing, uh, offering distribution centers, assembly, testing, and repairing the cargoes. And lastly is the arrangement of inland transportation mode. And the last activity of the uh, maritime transportation is the freight forwarding. This is the activity that performed by the third-party company that is hired to perform various logistical tasks and also arrange the process of international trade for the shippers. This forwarding company is responsible for booking the vessel and preparing documents relating to the ocean carriage and trade on behalf of the shippers. The this company, the logistic activity that this company that may involve in inventory management, packaging, and temporary warehousing of cargo for the shippers. And as you can see in this diagram, the three main activities made up into one maritime logistics system that involve many activities that cover half of the whole logistic chain, which is the physical distribution of goods.
Moving on to the next part is about the process of maritime logistics. The maritime logistics system value generation process is depicted in the picture as you can see. A maritime logistics system is broken down into main and secondary operation using this model, which is based on Porter value chain model. The main tasks performed by maritime operators such as shipping line, port, terminal operator, and freight forwarder are referred to as the core activities. The secondary activity exists the primary one by making them more efficient. The primary operation must be supported by additional logistics provided by maritime operator and their organizational competence, such as human resource management, information system, administrative skill, and financial assistance. As supplier or purchaser, the main operations are related to one another. For instance, the primary client of port or terminal operator are shipping line, who select the port in which to berth their boat. Shipping line client are freight forwarder, who operate for shipper. By receiving support from the extra logistic services provided by secondary businesses. The maritime logistics system created by this interconnected primary operation may be strengthened. Maritime logistics services may then be provided when all system operators are well coordinated and working as a cohesive team. The value of maritime logistics is produced if the system can demonstrate that the service are worthwhile enough for their client to voluntarily pay for them. And by providing higher quality service that meet consumer demand, maritime logistics would become more valuable. As a consequence, both individual operator and the entire logistic system function at a high level thanks to the highly regarded maritime logistics service. In the section that follow, the importance of maritime logistics and its efficacy and examine. In conclusion, the main and secondary operation that make up the maritime logistics system collaborate to provide value. In additional logistical services provided by the secondary activity exists the interconnected cooperation, high performance among individual operator and across the logistics system are a result of a highly appreciated maritime logistics services. And moving on to the next part is about the maritime logistic value defined. Value is an imprecise and abstract notion that may be defined in different ways by individual managers. However, value is typically regarded as the being worth of good or service in terms of the advantages gained by a customer company in return for the price paid, including economic, technical, service, and social benefits. Because of this, maritime logistic value need to demonstrate how well the system meet client demand. Businesses should first determine who their clients are and what they require before looking at the component that make up the maritime logistic value. Shipper who need shipping and freight forwarding services are the main client for off-port or terminal operator, while shipping line are the main client for maritime logistics. However, because every activity in logistics system is interrelated with every other activity, the effectiveness of maritime logistics services may also have an impact on how everyone in integrated logistics system behave. And another thing is that customers of today look for services that are affordable, quick, dependable, and adaptable. As a result, the operational efficacy and value of maritime logistics may be seen in the service that are provided. Indicators, including cost, asset, dependability, and responsiveness or flexibility are frequently used in transport logistics to gauge operational performance and service quality. And as you can see in the picture, so that keeping this thing in mind, this chapter recommends two key measures of the value of maritime logistics. The first one is lead time and businesses expenditure are reduced, and the second one, services quality is improved. For example, flexibility, responsiveness, and reliability. The value of maritime logistics is divided into two categories, such as efficiency related and effectiveness related. To sum up, determining the value of maritime logistics is crucial to ensuring that customer demand are addressed successfully and efficiently. Businesses may enhance their offering to better satisfy the changing need of the market by understanding the indication of maritime logistic value.
And I will be in charge of the chapter 4 in part of strategic significance of maritime and logistic value. So without any hesitation, let's get started. So, as we have discussed about the involvement of the maritime operations such as the shipping, line, port, terminal operator, and freight forwarder in global business by moving goods across the world, this can aim to improve their operational efficiency and service effectiveness to achieve a greater customer satisfaction, which in turn it's enhanced the maritime logistic value and the performance of the entire logistics system. And also we emphasize the importance of the enhancing the maritime logistic value as a significant strategic consideration for the maritime operator in their daily operations and management. Additionally, we also highlight the challenge that faced by the maritime operator in the current business environment and the need for new strategic options to develop their capability to realize a more efficient operations and more effective service while diminishing the environment uncertainty. And next, I will talk about the importance of the merit logistic. So why is it crucial? There are many several reasons that that define that maritime logistics is crucial. The first reason is a global trade, where its logistic plays a crucial role in global trade, as the majority of the world goods are transported by the seas. The efficient movement of goods through a port and shipping lane is essential for the global economic to functions effectively. And also uh, the supply chain efficiency, where it can help the efficient movement of the goods from the manufacturer to the consumer, and due to the fact that it's their lower cost and enable quicker delivery times, this is an essential for businesses to keep a competitive advantage in the market. And the third point is the national security of the maritimes, where they define as the efficient movement of goods through a port that also important for national security, as it ensures the uninterrupted flow of essential goods such as the foods, medicine, and also the energy supplies. And the fourth reason is the geopolitics, where the control of the maritime shipping lanes and ports has a geopolitical significance, as it can impact on a country economic and military power. And a country with a significant maritime power are able to exert the influence over global trade and shape international relations. And lastly, the environmental sustainability. The environmental sustainability, it also has a great impact on the environment and the industry that has a responsibility to reduce its carbon footprint and minimize the impact of shipping on a marine ecosystem. And next slide, let's talk about the global terminal operator, where it's a market explorer who increase their business potential by entering a new markets, which similar to many multinational firm. And also organic growth of the terminal is possible, but it's slow. However, the purchasing terminal facility in new market will enable considerably faster expansions, and purchasing a terminal facility in new businesses rose to a prominent as a large international terminal operations, and also managing a global portfolio of terminal assets. And also there are numerous port and terminal operators around the world, where as you can see in the slide, there are SSA, Eurogate, HPH, PSA, APMT, Costco, DPW, and other noticeable port and terminal operator, more like MSC terminal, CMA, CGM terminal. And lastly, let's talk about conclusions. And to sum up, increasing operations effectiveness and service effectiveness may be the essential universal criteria for a merit operator in order to increase the customer satisfactions. As a result, the increased value of the merit logistic may encourage great performance from both individual maritime operator and the logistic system as a whole. This means that the increasing the value of the merit logistic may be seen as a crucial strategic factor that maritime logistic operator should take into account into their day-by-day management and also the operations. And this is all our presentation. And thank you for your attention and your listening.